Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. In 2012, my lovely wife, Colin, was diagnosed with a fast-spreading cancer, and we were suddenly plunged into a walk through the valley of the shadow of death. During that season, I began writing a prayer each day to remain focused on the goodness of the Lord. I would send those prayers to a small circle of intercessors who were standing with us. Soon those intercessors began sharing the prayers with others who were also passing through the valley. Eventually, we were asked if we would put them into a book that led to the publication of prayers for those passing through the valley of affliction. There is gold in the valley, and yes, by the Father's good grace, Colin is healed. The valley of shadow is a place of revelation. This valley is not punishment, it is transition. It is the place where fear is confronted and intimacy with God is proven. The prophecy of the valley is this: you will walk through, not remain. God's presence becomes more tangible than the darkness. I wrote to Colin as we were passing through. Let's make our praise so loud that those who pass through the valley after us will still hear the echoes of our worship. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Here, divine discipline and divine rescue operate together, forming a protective embrace that fear cannot break. The valley is where believers learn the shepherd's presence as both shield and companion, a prophecy of victory in the midst of warfare. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. This is not escape from conflict, it is triumph within it. The shepherd moves from guide to king and hosts a feast of favor where opposition must watch but cannot interfere. This table is a banquet of destiny, a declaration of unsellable blessing, a prophetic sign that God does not remove enemies before He reveals His generosity. He reveals His generosity before He removes enemies. You anoint my head with oil, speaks of divine commissioning, healing and protection. My cup overflows, prophecies abundance without limit, joy unsuppressed, and blessing that spills into every sphere of life. A precious dear friend of mine in San Diego has named her ministry Limitless Realms. You can rest assured she has walked through the valley of the shadow, eaten at the table prepared before her enemies, and had her head anointed with oil. Oh Father, every one of us will pass through the valley of the shadow of death today. We thank you for the grace you have already prepared for the valley, grace that will manifest exactly when we need it. We thank you in advance for your rod and your staff that comfort us as we pass through. Thank you for the joy of being seated at your prepared table, resting in the knowledge that your banner over us is love. In Jesus' name.